I've been getting a lot of questions the past couple days asking me what is the best team-based air raid playbook to use. Well, I finally have an answer for you. Today I'm going to give you my top 3 recommended air raid playbooks to use if you're a beginner looking to get started into running the air raid. Before I do, I'm going to start with some honorable mentions. First is TCU, easily one of the best 10 personnel playbooks to use in the game. 10 personnel meaning you have 1 running back, 0 tight ends, and 4 wide receivers. This playbook has a ton of mesh, a ton of wide cross, and a lot of curl flats. So if you like those concepts, definitely recommend TCU's playbook. Next is Louisiana Tech. They have a lot going on in their playbook, and in my opinion, they probably have the best empty base in the game. The reason it's not in my recommended is because of the constant switch between 10 personnel and 11 personnel. I don't feel like this playbook is the greatest for no huddle. That said, it's still an amazing air raid playbook and I recommend checking it out. Last recommendation, I have both USC and Purdue. These playbooks are extremely similar and feature a lot of gap scheme runs like GT counter. And while honestly, both of these playbooks are probably the most pure air raid playbooks out of any teams in the game, I feel like with the amount of plays and formations and auto motions and a bunch of concepts in it that are actually not really true air raid concepts, they're concepts that Lincoln Riley has added to the offense, I feel like at least for a beginner, it can be easy to become overwhelmed and not know where to go with your play calling. So that's really my only reason why it's not in my recommended for beginners. That said, if you're more advanced or if you feel like you're up for the challenge, I say go for it. Both of these playbooks are amazing.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air.
At number 3, we have Middle Tennessee State. This is a really simple playbook to use. Not a lot of formations you need to look at, but you still have all the concepts that you need. One of your base formations will be spread Y flex, and right off the bat, you see Y corner, you have Y cross, and you have one of my favorite RPOs, the peak slant. We have mesh, you got shallow cross, you have another shallow cross, you got stick, smash, you got Y sail, and you have 4 verts. You go to spread offset, you got this cool orbit motion, you got a shallow cross. You have a new RPO that's added to the game, this RPO motion read flat. And then you have a play action Y cross off of it. And if you change this receiver to the new post curl, you essentially get Y cross out of it. See, this is just a variation of Y cross. If this receiver was on his speed out and then this running back was on his swing, you'd still read it 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5, right? But now we're getting this auto motion and a play action to the running back. So these two guys are flipping their roles. So then it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5. It looks different to the defense, but to you, it's the exact same concept as before. It's still just Y cross. You got another Y cross, read option, you got a jet sweep series. Then we go to tray open. And one play that's really interesting is this RPO alert draw stick. So you basically have the classic stick concept paired with a QB draw, which is kind of cool, especially inside the 10-yard line. I think this could be a pretty cool play. You got stick, you have curls and shakes right here. You got Y cross, Y sail, Y corner, all core air raid concepts right here. And look, you have 2 versions of mesh. You have mesh wheel and the traditional mesh that I covered in my previous video. And of course, you got 4 verts. You got tray open offset that comes with a motion swing screen and some plays off of it. And look, we have an RPO peak slant. You have your Randy quick screen out here paired with a slant. and an inside zone. You have a Y cross, a Y corner, and we have 2 more variations of mesh. We have mesh snake and mesh wheel. You have another tunnel screen and 4 verts. And then you have trips. This PA sail, this is a really cool play that they added to this playbook. You have another flood concept. Stick wheel, this play is amazing. You got RPO bubble, RPO with stick concept. This is basically Y corner. You have your quick screen paired with a read option, and of course 4 verts. You can use empty Y flex as well if you want to. It's got some good plays in it. But overall, very simple playbook. You really only need these 6 formations right here to be successful. At number 2, we have Florida Atlantic. Now in College Football 25, this was Texas Tech's playbook, and this was actually my main playbook. What a lot of people didn't know, this playbook was toxic, and you're gonna find out why here in a bit. But for now, let's start with spread Y slot. You have this really cool orbit swing motion scheme. This was in the previous game. You have stick, Y cross, my favorite RPO, peak slant. They've added this new auto motion series with a slot screen and Y cross and double post. 617, that's an air raid staple. They've added this auto motion double screen and stick and shallow cross. You have another shallow cross. You have your quick screen with a read option attached to it. Here's mesh. You have another shallow cross, 4 verts, another version of Y cross. Overall, solid selection of plays. Go to spread Y flex. You have a jet sweep series. Always nice to have these. Y corner, the RPO, you had Y cross, you have mesh, shallow cross, another shallow cross, you have stick, smash. We have another Y corner, and we have a spot and go this year. This was a play Mike Leach liked to use a lot to bomb cover 2 with this route he calls sluggo. So in air raid terminology, this is 98Z sluggo. And then of course 4 verts. Bunch open offset, your typical 9 plays with the RPOs. This playbook has the same exact trips and tray open, so I'm not gonna go over those. You have an empty bunch wide. This is always a nice formation. Empty Y flex is a really great formation, and you can go quads if you really want to. Now, why is this playbook toxic? Well, let's start in spread Y flex. Oh wait, nope, actually let me change. Let's go to bunch offset. No, I changed my mind again. Let's go to tray open. No, my typical trips formation. No, actually, nope, scratch that. Let's go quads. Let me go to pistol. I'm gonna change my mind. Let's go to stack halfback weak and run an RPO screen out of it. No, actually, I'm going to change my mind again. Let's go to trips tight end offset. This is always a very good formation to run. No, actually, wait. Let's get really toxic with this. Let's go to monster, one of 2 teams in the game that has this formation. Actually, no, let's go double stack. And let's run Y cross because EA decided to give it to us. 95% of this playbook is 11 personnel. So if you really wanted to, you could go through the other formations and customize your audibles to your liking and develop an extremely toxic no huddle air raid scheme out of this. I don't think there's any other playbooks in this game that allows you to access this much of your playbook from the no huddle screen. The reason this playbook is not number 1 for me is because it does not have any pure wide receiver quick screens in the base formations you're going to use. That's spread Y slot, spread Y flex, and tray open. And the number 1 playbook I recommend to players wanting to learn the basic air raid system is Colorado State. This is a very simple playbook to use with a lot of the core concepts needed to be successful. So starting with gun spread, we have a variation of Y cross. We have a GT read option and a play action tonal screen off of it. I really like this mesh post out of gun spread. I don't like mesh out of it. We have Y cross. We have a play action Y cross. So we have 3 Y crosses in this formation. We have stick, Y corner. We have a shallow cross, smash, another shallow cross. A very unique way to run Y sail. So this spread flex is very similar to gun ace from the generic air raid playbook. And that's one of the reasons why I recommend this as a top playbook to use if you're wanting to get into the basic air raid system. So we have mesh, we have a play action for verts, you have stick, RPO quick screen, you have Y cross, we have Y sail, and this play right here. This is a big reason why this is my number one. A pure wide receiver quick screen. These plays are money against zone coverage. It is important to have one of these in your playbook at all times. You have a jet sweep series. This is always nice to have. You have a variation of Y cross called divide. You have a shallow cross. Here's that 98Z sluggo and my favorite RPO. Spread double flex. We have another variation of stick. We have another Y cross. My favorite RPO, another cross divide. We have a Y corner, read option. We have another shallow cross. We have another RPO with a quick screen. We have a shallow screen. This is pretty unique. And 4 verts. We have tray open. You got stick. Here's some core concepts, Y cross and Y sail. You have Y corner, curls, shakes, a 4 verts X shallow play right here. This is a really nice variation of 4 verts to run. This row of plays, we have 3 different variations of mesh. We have this variation of mesh, you have snake, and you have the traditional mesh. You have 4 verts and another variation of Y cross plus Y corner again. We go to tray open offset. We have some swing motion series plays. We have more swing motion plays. We have the swing screen, and we have this double screen where you fake the swing screen and then throw to the tight end running a mid screen. So this is a really cool play. And we have 4 verts again. We have another version of mesh. We have empty base. We have a shallow cross and a Y corner plus a jet sweep. We have stick and nod. We have another version of stick, Y cross. This is great play to have an empty. Another Y cross. We have this series of halfback screen and some fake screen verts. This is pretty cool to have. And we have another sluggo play to bomb cover 2. We go to empty trio and we have some shocks, kind of similar to stick. We have a flood concept. We have a wide receiver screen. We have more stick, more 4 verts. And we have this version of mesh and curls. So gun spread is a 4 wide receiver formation, and spread double flex is a 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end formation. But if you flick your right stick to the right a couple times to change your package, spread double flex has a 4 wide receiver package. You can make this a 4 wide receiver formation. Same thing with tray open offset. It also has a 4 wide receiver package. If you really wanted to, you can take spread double flex and tray open offset and make those 4 wide receiver formations at any point during the game and run some true 10 personnel air raid. And lastly, a benefit to running Colorado State's playbook is that it naturally covers up one of the weaknesses of the air raid, and that's scoring inside the 5-yard line. That's because this playbook has single back wing type, which is a 13 personnel formation, meaning 1 running back, 3 tight ends. So once you get inside of the 5-yard line, it's time to get 3 tight ends on the field and run halfback stretch. Those were my top 3 recommended playbooks for anyone wanting to learn how to run the simple air raid offense. That's it from me. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you got something out of this. If you'd like to see more air raid content from me, definitely hit that subscribe button and notification bell. I greatly appreciate you. And I'll see y'all in the next video.
Looking to fire. That's caught. It's right hand. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there.